Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your number one fat Asian, and today I'm coming to you with something a little bit different. This is going to be my honest review of an Elgato game capture card of the HD60 S. In full disclosure, Elgato did go ahead and send me this bad boy for free, but fear not, I am not sponsored by them. They have not paid me anything to go ahead and do this review and unboxing. But, you know, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I bought a lot of Elgato stuff before in the past. I'm probably gonna buy a lot more stuff in the future. I'm kind of a big fanboy there. So, plain and simple, this review is probably gonna be biased. Now, currently, right now on Amazon, the HD60 S retails for $159.99 American. Its older model, the HD60, retails for $2 less for some reason. Yeah, brand new, it's $157.99. So, is it worth the $2 more? The answer might surprise you, but most likely it's yes. But there's one major exception, but we'll get to that later. And since the good people at Elgato were so generous to go ahead and send this to me for free, I no longer need to go ahead and use this bad boy anymore. Still functional, still good. Elgato, they make quality products, and I'm gonna be giving this bad boy away at the end of this video. So go ahead, leave a like right now, and stay tuned. But first and foremost, let's get into the pros and the cons of the HD60 S. Let's get into the pros first. Go time! All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the beautiful HD60 S. You can see that smudgy thumbprint right there because I have been using this for about 3 weeks now. If you want to see a side-by-side comparison to its older brother, you can see right here, roughly the same size, roughly the same width and thickness. All the ports are roughly the same with the ins and the outs for the HDMIs and USB cables. They weigh roughly the same. Essentially, if you have the old one and it fits, this one will fit as well. As for functionality, it's been working great for the 3 weeks that I've been using it so far. The biggest improvement from its older predecessor is now it records nearly instantaneously with its latency. That means, as you can see on the right side of the screen right here, that is it recording live, and on the left side is me playing the game live. If I truly want to, I could just record and probably play the game and do perfectly fine through the Elgato software. And that is incredible. From a person who's been using like the past 3 generations of these capture cards, it went from, I would say, something like a 10-second delay to about like a 3-second delay, and now it's pretty much instantaneous. There's maybe a half-second delay on what's going on between the normal screen and the Elgato software. Now, the HD60 S model not only allows you to capture in stunning 1080p at 60 frames per second, it allows you to stream at 1080p and 60 frames per second. And with almost no latency, the people who are going to feel the biggest effect and the people that I highly recommend this model to are streamers. Whether you're a streamer on Twitch or on YouTube, the ability to go ahead and turn down the latency as short as possible so you can quickly react to what the chat is talking and doing is invaluable, because in my opinion, the greatest thing about streaming is the interaction with your chat. And this bad boy right here makes your life so much easier as a streamer. Now, if you're not as big into streaming and you're just mostly a guy who wants to get into capture, then I cannot recommend Elgato enough when it comes to dependability. Whether it's the software or it's the older cards, for the first 3 weeks that I've been using it, it's flawless. But for as long as I've been using this card, as well as the previous generation of this card, very, very rarely do I have any dependability errors, and none of them have bricked on me. They all stayed functional, they all stayed working till the end. The only reason why I bought new ones is because I just wanted to upgrade. And I've been there, I've skimped, I bought the cheapy capture cards before, did a 3-hour recording session, went ahead, ended the recording, and then all of a sudden all the footage corrupts. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that that never happens on Elgato. It does every blue boom, but I'm telling you, from all the products that I've used, they are the most reliable. It's extremely rare in cases in which the Elgato will actually corrupt. Every single year with the software updates that are free, Elgato just becomes more and more reliable. Trust me, when it comes to your money, I don't think I have more faith in a brand than Elgato. And that's not just because they sent me free shit. I would say that even if I was never associated with them, just from pure experience that I've been at this for over 4 years. And the last thing that I love about the HD60 is that it's simple. It comes with everything that you practically need to get set up and get going in minutes. You know, you just go ahead, you plug this in, they give you the USB cord, you plug it in one side, and you need to buy the HDMI cables, obviously the monitor, the PC, and of course your gaming console. You needed all those things. But if you do have everything, you can go ahead, plug it in, download the software, get it all updated, and honestly probably get to recording in under 15 minutes. Now on to the cons for the HD60 S, and I'm gonna be honest about this, there aren't that many. But the first one is a huge one for people who are thinking about going ahead and purchasing the S model in particular, and that is it is only USB 3.0 compatible. Now, the majority of modern PCs and laptops do have USB 3.0 built into them, but if you're running an older rig, or if you're thinking about purchasing it, it's $160, I would double check your system. Now, if you have an older rig or for some reason you do not have USB 3.0, then I would recommend going with the older model, the HD60 non-S. While it doesn't give you like the instantaneously low latency of the S model, it can capture everything in 1080p at 60 frames per second just as well. That brings me on to my final nitpick on the HD60S, and that is the price point. $160 might not be a lot for an adult, but for a lot of you young kids out there that I know you want to get into YouTube, you know, maybe you guys don't have a job or you have a lowly allowance, $160 is a lot to sink into a capture card. And for you guys who simply cannot afford $160, then my best advice for you is two things. One, you go ahead, you wait until Black Friday. Usually there are great deals either through Elgato themselves or on the Amazon website. You can look for lightning deals. They probably slash their prices by, you know, 30 to up to like 50%. So if you're patient enough to wait until November, it's good for you. If you aren't as patient, then I would recommend that you go ahead and take a look on your friendly eBay or other sites, secondhand sites. There are a lot of people who are actually quitting their YouTube dream every single day. That's a little bit sad to think about, but their loss could be your gain. You could go ahead and probably pick up one of these at a fraction of the price, although buyer beware when you're purchasing off of secondhand sites. If you want to feel a little bit more safer, then I recommend that you go ahead, you buy a refurbished version of the HD60S, or if you want to save a little bit more money, you can go ahead and buy a refurbished version of the HD non-S version. This one you can also stream with, it's just not going to be as low latency. But if you have the cash and you are going to buy new, this thing's only $2 more than the older model. So as long as you have a 3.0 USB, this is a no-brainer. And if you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll stimp on the capture card so that I can get that nicer mic. No, good friend. If there is one piece of equipment that you cannot skimp on when starting your YouTube career, that is your capture card. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. Just go ahead, just buy it. You'll thank me later. Get the HD60S or the non-S model. Beg your parents for it. Get a cheap blue snowball for $25. If you have a little bit more cash, then I would get a Blue Yeti mic as well as the HD60S. So those are the two price points for kind of your starter kit for YouTube gaming. Even if Elgato didn't send this to me for free, I would definitely go ahead and pick this up after trying it out. As for this older model though, that I no longer have a use for, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it to one of you guys. I wanna give it to someone who truly is an aspiring YouTuber, but just doesn't have the cash to go ahead and pick a capture card up. So if you want to be qualified to go ahead and win this HD60 capture card, go ahead, follow me on Twitter at the BModels over here, leave a like on this video, and tweet at me. Tell me, what type of YouTuber do you want to be? Why do you want to get into YouTube? Doesn't have to be a long tweet, doesn't have to be like a super sob story or anything. Just go ahead and tweet me out, and then in 1 week's time, I'll choose from one of you guys at random. And trust me, every single time I do a giveaway via Twitter, a lot of people are lazy. A lot of people don't have Twitter accounts for some reason. So your chances of winning this is actually really good. So don't be lazy. Go ahead, at me on the Twitters. And that is pretty much it for me and my review slash unboxing of the HD60S from Elgato. Fantastic, fantastic product. Cannot say enough about it. Thank you to Elgato for sending me a lovely, lovely gift. Would not mind if you send me anything else in the future to review. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me, BModels. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Remember, stay yourself, stay humble. Until next time, stay chubby.